Yo, what's going on, man? Today is January the 23rd, 2024. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter, also live on YouTube, as always. It's a pretty good night last night. We only gave out one official play. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers plus the 1.5. I told you guys I would endorse the -1, -2, whatever the case might have been. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't open it up on Twitter. So yeah, coming off a pretty a 1-0 night. It was a couple plays that I talked about that I didn't end up getting to the window with. The Bucks. I'm sorry, the Pistons, the cover, that was a winner. Didn't play it. The over in that game, that was a loser. Didn't play it. And then the Timberwolves in the Charlotte Hornets game, just thinking that Minnesota would come out a little flat in that spot, not super motivated in that spot. So that was also a winner. Also talked about liking the fade Atlanta Hawks last night. That was also a winner. So didn't play all those plays yesterday, but 1-0 yesterday. It was a 2-unit play, like I talked about yesterday on the show. So we're 182, 150, and 3, up 25.69 units on the season. Real quick, let me talk about Odds Jam with you guys. They I've definitely paid promotion over there. Love Odds Jam. 25% off your first month using code CBC if you guys sign up. It's the it's the sportsbook screen page with all the odds that I always talk to you guys about. Absolutely love everything that they have over there. Go through, check it out. I would recommend everybody to check it out, especially if you're into taking sports betting serious. You want the sharpest piece of betting equipment, betting tool that you could have. You definitely want to check out Oddsbooks, the sportsbook screen page for OddsJam. Find all your favorite player props, your sides, your totals, your unders, your overs, your triple doubles, your double doubles, everything that you can think of. Quarterbacks, if you can name it, they got it, and you're gonna get the best odds over there. I always like to think about sports betting. It's like going grocery shopping. And when you go grocery shopping, if you're gonna get the same exact product, no matter if you go to Kroger or if you go to Wegmans or if you go to Whole Foods, why not pay the cheapest price for it, right? So you can save, and because you're gonna need to buy something else, another, something that you're gonna eat or something that you're gonna drink. So I like to think about it from that perspective when I'm thinking about shopping around and trying to get the best line. So definitely check out Odds Jam. We gonna get right into it. I think we got 5 games on the slate for today, so it'll be a pretty quick show. I got 2 plays that I absolutely love, and a couple that I also have kind of dangling in this, in the excuse me, kind of dangling in the in the wind, I would say. Not sure if I'm gonna get to the windows with those couple plays, but let's go to the first game we got on the board. We are going to Indiana, and shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys for tapping in as always. Who's here? Prolific. He says, Chris, this slate is so ugly. Pass for me. He's not touching anything. What's up, Young Harlow? What's up, Tasha? Good evening to you. Rio So Goated. My God, appreciate you for being here as well. He says, let's make some money. Tasha says, can someone tell me what went wrong with the Timberwolves? Glad I didn't touch that game. We could talk about this, Tasha. We could definitely talk about this. We'll talk about it at the end. What's up, Justin? Adrian. My God. 2 Justins. My God. Both of them members. My God. Justin M and Justin S. Appreciate both of you guys for tapping in. Tasha says she cashed on Detroit. Look at Tasha making some money on Detroit. She cashed in that 7.5. What's up, Jamie? He says feeling good about today. Cashed the Jared Allen play and the live Luka versus Brown for 30 last night. So you got some live money as well. What's up, Shadow? Lonnie, Malik. So he's caught the Bulls Suns over 227. Definitely a bittersweet. With Katie hitting that double pump game winner last night. That was crazy. I know you were sick last night, Malik. I was watching that. What's up? Call me Aries Keelan. Let's eat, man. Let's get after it today. So first game up, we are going to, and I got to play in this game. So we're going to, like I said, Indiana. Looking at this Pacers team, they are home dogs today. They are getting a few points. What's the line now? 5. So you're expecting Denver to go on the road and win by multiple possessions? I'm not sure if they do so or not. I would. It's a very difficult game to cap from a side perspective, because a lot of the things that you want to look at when you're looking at it from a handicap perspective is you want to look at the side. You want to look at the spot for both of these teams. So you got Denver. This team is 8-14 against the spread on the road, 7-3 straight up in their last 10, but they're just 4-6 against the number in their last 10 as well. This is the 4th game of a 5-game road trip. They got one more game that'll be played on Wednesday against the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. And then on the Pacers, they're 13-8 at home, 12-8-1 against the number. And they haven't necessarily been the worst team, but not in the greatest spot, right? First game back home after a 6-game road trip. Couple trends I looked at. So Denver, 9-4 straight up, but they're just 5-8 against the spread in road games. And I always like to look at how they play with their full lineup, because they did miss some time, right? They had a couple guys who missed games. Jamal Murray was out for an extended period of time. So was Michael Porter Jr. So was Aaron Gordon. So when they have Michael Porter Jr. in, and Jokic, and Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon, and Jokic, they're still only 8-5 against the spread. They're actually 9-4 to the under in those games. We know Denver, their defense travels, right? Whenever you're a contending NBA championship contending team, typically your defense travels. So they do typically play defense on the road. I also looked at home dogs off a 6-game road trip. And that are also coming off a loss. Since the 2019 season, those teams are 2-10 straight up, 3-9 against the spread. That actually says to take the points with Denver in this game in later points. But I don't think I want to trust that. Maybe a live betting spot on this side, but I don't feel comfortable playing the side. I think the Pacers could potentially keep this game close. I think Denver could potentially win the game by margin as well. So I don't feel confident playing either one. I'm not one of those guys that's going to come over here and just tell you guys to take a side just because I feel inclined to, give a play, right? I try to be pretty sharp. So I think that this game could go either way, especially with Denver not really covering big numbers. But I do kind of think on the opposite side, and the reason why I'm not touching the game is because it does kind of feel like Indiana is going to need to get their footing underneath them, right? One thing I looked at was, and this kind of led me to the play that I'm going to talk to you guys in. I looked at Cleaning the Glass. I talked to a lot to you guys about this last year. Cleaning the Glass is a website where you can go through and look at all kind of analytical data. But per Cleaning the Glass, in the 76 possessions so far this season, where the Indiana Pacers have had Siakam on the floor, with Halliburton rolled out, which will be the case for the day, the Pacers are minus 17.3 differential, like point differential, minus 17.3. They're averaging just 103.9 points per 100 possessions. You got Denver playing at the third slowest pace last 5 games, and on the entirety of the season, especially when they go on the road, they play even slower. Pacers also 6-3 to the under in home games without Halliburton this season, including 6-1 in their last 7 games. I looked at Denver; they're 9-4 to the under. That's 69.2% in road games when all of their starters are playing and they're healthy. And then also the last thing I checked was home dogs returning home off a 6-game road trip or longer, and they're playing a game with a total that's lower than their previous total. Since the 2016 season, those teams are 14-3 to the under. That's 83.4%. I chose to play this game under. I got the number at 239.5. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't see the news immediately this morning when Halliburton got rolled out because this total was 241. I would have sniped it then, but I still feel comfortable taking it at 239.5. The total coming down right now, 237.5. I don't like it as much. And before people ask me would I play it, I probably would still play it, but it will definitely be for a smaller play. I put a unit. I put 1.12 units to win a unit on Denver and Indiana to go under. So if I had to play it right now, I'd probably be a half unit play. But I do think the game goes under because Denver's one of those teams that can win with their defense on the road. So player props in this game. I think, pretty square look would be Jokic over his 39.5 points plus rebounds is what I saw on FanDuel. It was kind of juiced at minus 122. You guys know I'm like not playing too many player props these days, but Jokic has been playing some pretty inspiring basketball since Golden State's assistant head coach, Coach Denny, died. And I was looking a little bit deeper into it. He was actually the coach who, told Jokic that he needed to get his body in shape and he needed to, diet the right way if he really wanted to take this basketball thing serious. So, going through and looking at the numbers, Jokic has been killing this number, 39.5 points plus rebounds, scoring, just killing it in points in general, killing it with the rebounds. The Pacers, we know that they give up the most points in the paint and in the short mid-range game, which is Jokic's primary scoring spots on the floor. Denver's role players don't typically play as good on the road as they do at home. So I think Jokic could have a little bit higher usage today. I think the number's juiced for a reason. So that would be my top player prop look. But if I'm playing player props, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I'm playing a player prop, it's probably gonna be an under. Just because you can't really take any of these players too serious these days, unless they're going completely off, like we saw, from Embiid or KD or somebody like that. So I still lean Jokic towards the over 39.5 points plus rebounds, but it's not anything that I played. I did take the under though. Like I said, under 239.5 is what I got it at and gave out to the members earlier. Let's see what you guys are saying about this game. Let's go to the comments real quick. What we got? Lonnie says, faded the Hawks. Thanks to you. Yeah, the Hawks were not in a good spot last night, man. Sometimes you got to take the names off the back of the jerseys. What else we got? Yeah, what's up, Estat? Appreciate you, my guy. Jay Prop says he likes Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds. I could see that, absolutely. Aaron Gordon, points plus rebounds. I couldn't talk you off. I was looking into the numbers for Aaron Gordon, and it's because the Pacers give up so many points in the paint, the most points in the paint. I couldn't quite get there because I'm not sure how effective he's going to be, right? Like some games, Aaron Gordon shoots the ball 3 times. Sometimes he shoots the ball 12 times. And if he's going to shoot the ball 12 times, I definitely think he clears the points plus rebounds. But I couldn't talk you off just the rebounds as well. J.S. Brown says, is Gordon and MPJ ruled in yet? I don't think that they're officially ruled in. At least I didn't see it. Maybe I should go double check that real quick. But I do think that they were both listed as questionable, is what I would say to this comment, JS. I think they were both listed as questionable. And I do expect them to play. Not questionable. They were listed as probable. So I'm pretty sure they play in this spot. Let's see. Do we have any updated injury news? Doc gonna take that job. Oh man, he must. Doc don't want to grow his hair back. I thought he was having fun with Dorisburg on the sideline, but yeah, I guess not. So yeah, no update here. Justin says he likes that over. I hope that was on Jokic and not on the full game. What's up to my guy Courtney? Under. So he likes the under. Okay. It makes a lot of sense, Justin. We'll see how it plays out. I did play it though. Hobby says really wanted to take Siakam under 21.5, like you mentioned, slow pace. We'll get Aaron Gordon foul trouble and still get adjusted. Only thing that scares me is small, simple size thoughts. This is actually pretty insane, Hobby, that you mentioned this, because Siakam was actually on my short list for a player prop that I wanted to take an under on as well. I went back and looked at the head-to-head matchup between the two. Siakam looked like he got the better of Aaron Gordon, like maybe one time. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. I want to say he hit him for close to a triple-double. I still would lean towards the under. I think, Siakam's going to be fired up, first home game in a new arena. But Aaron Gordon is a very, very good defender. We know that for sure. And I do think that he gets matched up on him for, a large part of the day. The problem I have here is how much usage does Siakam get without Tyrese Halliburton being there? That's the thing that kind of talks me off, right? So while I can see him going under, I would just lean that way, Hobby, and I couldn't quite get there. If I had to make a play on it, I would go under just because I'm a contrarian better. I like to bet unders more than I like to bet overs, but no official play for me. I hope that helps some, Hobby. Shadow says thoughts on Gordon over his 21.5 points plus rebounds. I just talked about that. I like it, Shadow. Not playing it, but I do like it. Sosa says you like Jokic over 11.5 rebounds. I would lean towards Jokic to get more than 12 rebounds today. Absolutely. Sosa. I'm not playing it, but I do think so. What else we got in this game specifically? Fire Jock Vaughn. Let's see. Justin says not a big deal, but why am I a member, but I've never get anything members only? I'm not sure, Justin. Maybe we can hit me in my DM and we can figure that out. You should be getting emails like everybody else when I send the plays out. So yeah, that's not. I'm not sure why. I'm sure everybody else is getting the plays. You should be getting them too. Raptors fan says he likes Miles Turner over 1.5 threes for this game. Tariq says what's good. Courtney says he took that Cavs money line, cashed out, and took the spread live and cashed that too. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Courtney. I'm glad you cashed it, my brother. Malik says 2 quick comments real quick before we keep it moving. Justin says he don't have Twitter or X. Okay. We'll figure out a way to connect, Justin. I'm going to pin this comment, start this comment. Malik says, do you think there's an angle? Do you think there is any angle or advantage to the NBA rivalry week narrative? When is it, Malik? When is the rivalry week? It's not this week, right? I think that's it could be this. I remember hearing somebody talk about it. I just couldn't remember if it was this week or next week. I do think you see more tightly contested games in those spots. We'll see, though. Cam says Siakam first quarter is the play. If you're looking at him, the numbers isn't out yet. But if it's 6.5 or less, they always play good with Pascal. Ju says, JU Bet says, just join Chris. Which side are you on for Denver Indy? If you said it already. No side for me, Ju. I'm on the under 239.5. Starts today, Taylor says. Knicks Nets, Lakers Clippers. Yeah, those are typically tightly contested games when you get those inner not conference games, but divisional games. Divisional games typically go under. Same thing with like football. You know that opponent a little bit more because you play them a little bit more. They're in your division and you're trying to win your division. So I always lean towards the unders in those games, especially if both teams are rested, right? You don't get a team on the second leg of a back-to-back. All right, let's keep going. We got, I didn't even put the banner up for that game, I think. Let's go to the next game. So we got Knicks and we got Nets. This is one of those divisional games. And I'll tell you guys right off the bat. So this game will be played, just real quick, this game will be played in Brooklyn. Nets will be at home. First game for them coming back home in quite some time. News came out. It was so interesting. I was capping the game trying to find the Isaiah Hartenstein info, the inside info on Isaiah Hartenstein. Not how like whether he was going to play or not, because I kind of leaned towards him not playing. And as I'm looking up the information to see, offensive efficiency rating and defensive efficiency rating for the Knicks without Hartenstein on the floor, I see Fred Katz tweet out that, per the Athletic, that he's going to be listed as doubtful for this game against the Brooklyn Nets tonight. So the Knicks are, light years better than Brooklyn Nets. The spread is only 3.5 though. And, I was capping this game last night and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is that Knicks line so short? They're 8-2 straight up, 7-10 in their last 10, also 9-1 to the under in their last 10. We know we've been making a bunch of cash taking the opposing team to go under their team total. They're 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the spread, playing teams that they've beaten already this season, including 3 straight under. So why? I understand the total going down, but why is the Knicks spread not getting bigger? Brooklyn isn't in the greatest travel spot. This is their first game back home after a 3-game West Coast road trip. They're 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 games, 1-4 straight up, 1-3-1 against the division, against the spread. Also 4-1 to the under in divisional games, and they're only averaging 107 points. This to me feels weird, man. Like I understand everybody's gonna be on the Knicks in this spot, and I think, for my mental health, I'll continue to stay off of that side. But I couldn't talk anybody off taking the Knicks in this spot. The Nets are not a good basketball team. They did come out and play some pretty inspiring basketball against the Lakers. They beat the Lakers outright, big third quarter, in that game. And then they actually, came out and played the Clippers really well also, got up on them 16-0. The problem, though, that I run into with Brooklyn is, outside of this being the first game back home, the Knicks have been playing really good defense. And while we have been cashing on the opposing team total to go under, because, OG Anunoby is a defense within itself, I kind of worry about, their defense and their front line, their ability to be able to rebound the basketball without Isaiah Hartenstein in there. I didn't realize, shout out to my guy Flo, because I see him in the chat. I didn't realize how good Isaiah Hartenstein was when, before the injury that happened to Mitchell Robinson. Like Isaiah Hartenstein, he's probably a starting center in this league. I know it's a couple teams he could start for, and I think that has a tremendous impact on this game. So I don't have a play on the game. I think the market has kind of caught up with the Knicks opponents' team totals to go under. They are still only giving up 100 points across the month of June per game. So it's still some meat on the bone to take that under 107.5. I think is the team total. But it's not anything that I feel too comfortable with. I also think this game could be played at a little bit faster pace. And if the Knicks, if the Nets are making shots and the Nets defense isn't good either, I think they could potentially go up and over the total as well, even though, the money's coming in on the under. So no play for me. If I had to play anything, I think I probably would be taking the points with the Knicks, and that's what scares me the most. And I'll probably be looking at the over in this game. I think the Knicks will be able to score, whether they have Hartenstein or not. I'm not trusting the Nets defense at all. So those are my thoughts. No player props for me at all. Let's see what you guys are looking at in this one. Let's see. Bet on JC likes the Nuggets -5.5. Okay. Murray under his assists. I'm not sure why you like that, Jeffrey. Why do you like Murray under his assists? Is it because Jokic is going to get the assist today? Nicolita, I think is how you pronounce that. He likes the Knicks team total over 113.5. I think that's the right spot as well. I think I could definitely see that. Justin says he said I had to bet the Nets plus 4.5. So he thinks they keep the game close. Cam Thomas could be a Cam Thomas game. Ellie Mackin says he likes Knicks double result in this game, plus 104. Let's see what else we got. Raptors fan says Knicks in the first half might be the look. Take the Knicks early and fade them in the second half, or am I off? So it's funny you said this, Raptors fan, because I come up with, I have so many different notes for these games, and I if I talked about everything, it would take too long of a show. But I will tell you this, and I'll pull it up real quick just so you guys can see it. Let's look at this. Look at one thing real quick. I looked at this game from a first half perspective as well, expecting the Nets maybe to come back home and kind of struggle, in a flat spot off the road trip, but they lost those last couple games, so I think that they will be motivated in this spot. So I want y'all to look at something real quick. I'm gonna pull this up. So if you look at the Knicks in the month of what I'm gonna show you guys is the Knicks in the month of January, right? The Knicks have played 9 games throughout the month of January so far. And they're 9-2 straight up, 8-3 against the spread, winning those games by averaging 14 points. But if you look at the scoring, the Knicks are averaging about 57 points, 58 points in the first half of the games. In the second half, they're not averaging as many points, or it doesn't go up. They're still averaging about 57. But the biggest margins for the Knicks come in the second quarter, where they win by 5. And then the second half overall, the defense really gets good. I'm not sure why, but the Knicks are only giving up 48 points per game in the second half specifically. So while teams scoring a few more points in the first half, the Knicks defense actually gets better in the second half. So to me, I think if the Nets are winning this game, I would take the Knicks to come back. Now, if you look at it from the opposite side, right, just real quick, you look at the Nets this month, 2-7 straight up, 2-6-1 against the spread, losing by an average of 4 points, 113-109. If you look at them in the first quarter, they're keeping it competitive, right? They're only losing the first quarter by about 0.8 points. They're winning the second quarter by about 1 point, right? Where the margin starts to separate itself is the Nets run out of gas in the second half. 30 points in the third quarter. They typically score a lot of points and give up a lot of points. In the fourth quarter, the Nets are only averaging 24.9 points per game and giving up 29. So the biggest margin is the fourth quarter. Now, I just showed you guys that the Knicks are dominating the second half of games, right? So they're winning the second half of games by 9 points. And the Nets are losing the fourth quarter specifically by 5 points. So I actually like the Nets. If the Nets are winning this game, I'll probably live bet the Knicks. And that sounds scary, but that's probably what I'll end up doing. Maybe even a Nets team total to go under at halftime. But I'm glad you brought this up, Raptors fan. Let's see. Lonnie Walker, 7.5 is criminal. He says the hammer spot. I couldn't talk you off of that. Sosa says over 28.5. Knicks first quarter. They're rested. They are, I think, one more day rested than this other team, than the Nets in this spot. Let's see. What else we like? What do you think about Randall under 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists? Who gonna stop him? I just think based off pure value, when you think about the Knicks, if Jalen Brunson don't got the ball, Julius Randle do. So Nets defense not good enough for me to take any unders. I know that they play at an extremely slow pace, but don't let me talk you off. Those are just my thoughts. Cam Thomas, 4 plus threes, plus 700, too easy. Knicks defense not that bad. Not going to be too easy. Tariq says he's on the Nuggets in the first half and the Knicks minus the 4. He says the Knicks owe me from when they lost and they were favorites. Okay. Jeffrey says, what about Josh Hart rebounds? I couldn't talk you off. Could not talk you off in this spot. The one thing Brooklyn actually has going for them, outside of shooting all those corner threes, and sometimes they get hot, is that they are a really good rebounding team. That's what kind of keeps them in games. Without rebounding, they lose every game by 100. Also, why doesn't Precious Achiuwa play? Precious probably will get some minutes today, but they're gonna start Jericho Sims. Is what I've heard. We'll see how it goes though. Burns says Nets plus 4.5 is good money here, and Jay's prop says he likes OG Anunoby over his 14.5 points. I think we spent enough time on that game. Best of luck to you guys on your action. We got a couple more games to get to. Let's move over to Jazz versus Pelicans. This line is it still 6.5? It is still 6.5. So you got the Pelicans at the crib 6.5-point favorites, the visiting Utah Jazz. These two teams did just play not too long ago. So looking at the Jazz have been a tale of two different teams. They overall in the whole season, they're 7-16 straight up on the road and 11-12 against the spread on the road. But they are 7-3 ATS in their last 10. Second straight road game for them. They're coming off the loss, but they did cover against the Houston Rockets. That game was pretty competitive to the end, and they went to overtime. You look at this Pelicans team, they're 13-9 straight up and against the spread at home. 6-4 ATS in their last 10. The defense is kind of taking a slide back, and we were on the Pelicans in their last game, or at least I was, against the Phoenix Suns, and they got smoked. They literally could not stop Devin Booker. He had 25 points at the end of the first quarter, never really turned back. It was a bunch of jump shots being made. You hear, Coach Willie Green call the team out. He says things like, I feel like we get a little stagnant when teams are physical with us. So I expect them to kind of bring the physicality to the Jazz. The Jazz have been a really good team over the last couple games, though, and actually the stats kind of all back them. Last 5 game stats have both teams top 6 offensive rated. New Orleans, a bottom 5 defensive rated. The Jazz 16th defensive rated. The Jazz been a better rebounding team. So this is a difficult game, man. This is the third time. Well, this will be the fourth time that these teams have played. The Jazz have actually covered every spread. We were on the Pelicans in one of those games when they were in Utah. The start of like one of those little back-to-back series. I think they played on a Friday and they played on a Sunday, or they played on a Saturday and played on a Monday or something like that. Zion played one, didn't play one, and the Jazz beat them outright both times. They come to New Orleans and lose that game, but they do cover. And I think that line was similar to this one. It was about 6.5. So all 3 of those games also went under as well. And I kind of like the under in this spot. From a trends perspective, I think one of the things that kind of jumped out to me was home favorites that are more rested after their the home favorites that are more rested before and after their game. So the Pelicans come into this game with 3 days of rest, whereas the Utah Jazz come in this game with 2 days of rest, and they're coming off an overtime game. And the Pelicans don't play again, I think, until like Friday, but the Jazz play again on Thursday. So the Pelicans can kind of go all out, and I think losing as a home favorite by double digits, and then being a home favorite again is pretty significant. So I do kind of lean Pelicans in this spot. I couldn't quite get there though, because the Jazz been playing pretty good basketball. I know Chris Dunn did pop up on the injury report with an illness. You do want him in if you want to back the Jazz in this spot. But those teams specifically that I'm talking about, home favorites with more rest before and after the game that can kind of go all out. They are 7-3 against the spread this season. 76.9% says the later points with the Pelicans in this spot. The Jazz 4-3 straight up, but they're 6-1 against the spread as road dogs since they've gotten healthy. And the Pelicans are only 4-5 straight up, 3-6 against the spread as a home favorite in conference games, including failing to cover 5 of their last 6. So it's a difficult game, man. It really is. A lot of different angles for different reasons, and I don't necessarily want to lay a lot of points with the Pelicans. I know a lot of people have been cashing on the first half. Couldn't talk anybody off that look. Typically, you get punched in the mouth like they did in that last game. It makes sense that they want to come back out here and punch back in this spot against a Utah Jazz team. But I did play this a little bit early, and the line has not moved at all. It's not going to be as big of a play, but I did play Pelicans Jazz to go under. The number's just a tad bit too high for me. Another total that's really, really high. I think I got this at 240. It's 239 on most sports books. FanDuel. I got the Pelicans at 4-0 to the under as home favorites when the total is 235 or higher. They're also just 18th in pace, so they're not playing fast over the last 5 games. They had 3 days off. I think that's pretty big. And then you get 2 days off on the opposite side, so both defenses can actually work in this spot. Also think if Chris Dunn isn't available to play, or if he's just sick in general, that could really impact Utah's offensive flow. So I think, them not being able to score as many points is going to be indicative of this game to go under as well. From a trends perspective, I looked at rested teams, 2 days or more rest, home favorites off a double-digit loss, and then they're a home favorite, expecting to win the game by at least 5 points or more. Since the 2018 season, those teams are 19-7-1 to the under. That's 73.1%. And also from that rest before and after perspective, teams that lost as a favorite, as a home favorite, and they have 3 days or more rest. And their opponent has less rest than they do, and they have more rest, after the game as well. Those teams are 7-1 to the under since the start of the 2018 season as well. So a lot of things kind of lining up to the under in this game. And I'm not too big of an under better. I like to be contrarian, but I like to take unders after the All-Star break. But this is just, what the data tells me, and that's what I'm going to support today. So under 239.5. No play on the side. Do lean Pelicans early, but didn't quite get to the window with anything of that nature. What are you guys thinking in this one? Let's see what we got. Justin says Pelicans trifecta spot for him. He liked the Pelicans early, midway, often, and afterwards. Smokey says this is a standalone focus spot for the Pelicans. Jazz are due to come back down to earth a bit. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Shadow says, who do I choose here? Ingram has a great history this season versus Utah, but usually I trust Zion more these days. Maybe you go with the guy who had the worst game last game, and I'm not sure who that was, Shadow. I'm not sure. I think Ingram, the one thing about the Jazz, they don't really play too much defense. Their defense is pretty bad, specifically against the wings, right? Like they have, Walker Kessler who can, block some shots, alter some shots, but they don't really have any guards that want to sit up and play defense. So I probably lean towards Ingram if I had to make a player prop there. Tariq says, how do you feel? What do I feel the Jazz and Blazers both cover? I think you meant why do I feel? I can see it. Taylor says he took Ingram over 24.5 points plus rebounds. Seems like a good spot for him tonight. I could see Brandon Ingram having a big game. Jay's prop says Colin Sexton for 20 till the wheels fall off, and Jazz plus 7.5 is too many points. I can see that as well. That those seem like two pretty good looks. Colin Sexton been hooping, man. He's been hooping, but it's too many mouths to feed for me in Utah. So I typically stay off of their player props unless somebody's out. Shadow says also Colin Sexton is playing really well last few games, thinking about taking his points. It's like 20.5, he thinks. Let's see. Cam says Chris nailed everything that was wrong with the Knicks by accident. When the ball isn't in Brunson's hands, it's in Randall's. That's a fact, though, Cam. That is a fact. Cam says he likes the Pels. He's on the minus the 6.5 today. Tariq says, I don't like a lot of props, but Sexton plus 20.5 looks reasonable. I can see that as well. EQ says the Nets line got him biting his nails. He don't know what to do over there. McLean says he's on the Pelicans first half and the minus 6.5. He said they killed me against Phoenix. Should be a bounce back spot. They could be, man. They absolutely could be. We'll see how it goes. I do like the Pelicans early, but I think I'm gonna stay off the game. A lot of these, I like the favorites today, man. And I don't necessarily know if all of them gonna cover. Last time that happened was on Friday, and I got smoked. I went 1-3. A lot of people got smoked trying to, take the points with the favorites. And the dogs been barking lately. We see the Charlotte Hornets went out right as dogs last night. We see the San Antonio Spurs cover that big number as well. So I'm not really into laying too many points with some of these favorites. I think the line makers have enough data at this point in the season to where they're gonna set these lines pretty sharp. Not to say that teams can't get blown out. We were on the correct side and we didn't have to sweat at all for for Cleveland last night, but that's not gonna happen all the time. So just staying calculated. What's up, Justin? JT. Jared says in the past Kessler has guarded Zion, or they play a lot of zone. Okay. Yeah, they do play zone because you kind of got to. Zion's so big and physical, man. You kind of got to. What else we like in here? JT says Brooklyn, Mikal Bridges under 4.5 and lean Lakers game first quarter under 59.5. Young Harlow says Herb Jones over 2.5 is a lock for me. I don't even use that word, Young Harlow. Lock means something I can go, empty the bank account on. I don't do that when it comes to sports betting. He said his 3.5 is never not cashed. When I played it, it's now down. I love it even more. Okay. Hey, best of luck to you, my brother. Riz says I would take Jazz first half. They will put their all in, then fall off. So he thinks Pelicans in the first half is not the right play. Raptors fan says kind of like marketed in this spot, but haven't gotten there yet. Shout out to my guy Finesse. Finesse likes marketing a lot today as well. He played his over 2.5 threes. Excellent breakdown when I did the show with him earlier. Estat likes the Pelicans in the trifecta spot as well. He says heavier lean on the first quarter. They typically don't cover first quarters for whatever reason. The Pelicans have been a really good second quarter team. I'm not sure why, but they're the best first half team to not cover first quarters ever in history. They've been winning the first quarter over the course of the month by about 2 points, and then winning the second quarter by about less than a half a point, less than a whole point. So we'll see. DJ Props is going back to that Nets team total under. You know I've been cashing on the Knicks, holding teams under 100-ish points. I could not talk you off. No way I could talk you off of that prop. I think the number is kind of adjusted. I think I might want to get there. If they start off early, I'll probably take a live under on the Nets team total. We got 2 more games to get to. Let's get through them. So we got Blazers and we got Thunder. OKC is where this game will be played. Total come down from, I want to say this opened at like 237. Opened at 237.5, all the way down to 233.5. So 4 points on the under. Spread not really moving a lot at all. Opened at 14. Did come down to 13, but now you see it back up to 14. Man, the Blazers are the Blazers. Ain't nothing too sharp I can tell you about this game, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're 5-18. The Blazers are on the road, 10-13 against the spread on the road, so they're not even covering numbers. First leg of a back-to-back, they actually play against the Rockets tomorrow in Houston. This will be their second straight road game. They got smoked by the Lakers the other day. And then you look at OKC, this team has been, covering numbers, specifically at home as well. They're 16-5 against the spread and straight up at the crib. This is not the greatest spot for them. It's their first game back home after a 4-game road trip, and they got to go back out for another road trip. And it's the first leg of a back-to-back. They actually play the Spurs tomorrow, national televised game as well. Head-to-head, Portland got smoked. It was their worst loss, I think, in franchise history. They lost that game by 62 points. When they played back on January the 11th, OKC was a 13.5-point dog. And you see the line kind of, where it was the last time. OKC has covered 9 of their last 10 spreads against this team as well. So one thing I wanted to look at that I didn't get a chance to look at earlier was the Thunder when they're home favorites and they're laying 10 points or more. So they are 5-0 straight up and against the spread. I think it's a Thunder early spot. Typically, they punch you really, really early in the mouth. I can't give you guys a lot of reasons to back the Blazers outside of, Malcolm Brogdon being back in the lineup, which helped a little bit. But I just think that, looking at the Trailblazers, they don't score enough points. They don't have enough scoring on their team to be able to keep up with this Thunder team. When I look at it from, where they score their points and, how well they shoot the three, it just is not a great matchup. Not a great matchup at all. You got an extremely slow-paced team versus an extremely fast-paced team. You got an elite offense versus a pretty pathetic defense as well. DeAndre Ayton, man, didn't want to leave his house to go to the game because he said there was some ice on the ground. So, I mean, that tells you all you need to know, in my estimation. Like I said, Thunder are, 5-0 straight up and against the spread, laying these big numbers at home. They've covered every single one of them. They're winning by an average of 24 points. 28 points, I'm sorry. So almost by 30 points per game. When they're a 10-point favorite at home, they've won by 12. They won by 62, and that was against the Blazers, 19, 14, and 36. So I know the Blazers are laying big number. If I'm playing the game, I'm probably laying the points with them, though. Even if the Blazers kept it close early, I do expect and anticipate this team to get blown out later in the game, but not anything that I'm playing. I tell you guys the sneaky prop look that I am looking at in this game, and this is one that'll probably make my card. Just hasn't yet. I'm looking at Anthony Simons in this game to go under. His assist line is sitting at 4.5. I want to say last time I checked, it wasn't too juice. It's like -115, -120, depending on where you were shopping. But just kind of looking at Anthony Simons, I think he's had 5 assists or more one time in 13 career games against this Oklahoma City Thunder team. And then you just go back over his last 10 games. I think he's cashed it maybe once or twice over the last 10 games. It was something that I was eyeing in the last game against the Lakers, but didn't quite end up pulling the trigger. I think he finished with like 3 assists. So you got Malcolm Brogdon back in the lineup as well. I think Anthony Simons under on his assists is a very, very sharp look today, and I probably will get there and pull the trigger with that, but just haven't yet. So under 4.5, best number is, it's kind of moving. Bet Rivers got it at -117. FanDuel got it at -132, so they're anticipating to go under. Caesars -123 and DraftKings -120. ESPN Bet also got -120 as well for Anthony Simons, but makes a lot of sense. I probably will get there because I do like unders. Let's see what you guys are saying about this game, and then we'll get to the Lakers and Clippers and get up out of here. So we got, let's see. McLean says, take Thunder team total and chill. I could see them hitting their team total. I think it's 123.5. You definitely want to stay off Portland having to score points, especially with both of these teams being on the first leg of a back-to-back. I trust OKC's bench to, kind of be able to come in and continue to be able to score the ball, though. So this makes a lot of sense. McLean also said we did beat the Blazers by 60-something points, though. So maybe they bring defense and a little better effort here. Who knows? Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, if you're a man with any kind of pride, you after losing by 60, you kind of go back into that same building and you say, what? You're going to have to beat me by 60 again, and I'm here to make sure it don't get done. So if the Blazers were able to come out, cover the first quarter, first half, it wouldn't really surprise me, based on a spot perspective. But, I mean, this team has been bad, man. I watched them get smoked by the Lakers the other day. And the Lakers, in my estimation, not as great as they played the other day. You see what D'Angelo Russell did to this team? Now you got to contest with SGA. Best of luck to you, man. Best of luck to these guys tonight. Jabari says, prop on FanDuel, I like. Thunder to score 100 points in the first 3 quarters is plus 240. Could not talk you off. I know I've seen those markets available now. Shadow says, I think the Blazers keep it close. They got embarrassed in OKC last time. Now they have all their players back. I will kind of give you some props on this one. I know Aiden didn't play in that last game. They're still without Shaedon Sharpe, who I think means a lot to this team, but I don't know if Brogdon played in that game either. I know they got smoked, though. It was bad. He said, surely they remember that game. Red said, I would live bet the Portland game. Wait until, Portland plus 16, they go down. Then take the points and cross your fingers. Man, when I got to take a bet and cross my fingers, I typically just sit on the sideline and see what happens. Dort for like 10, I think, on his threes. We got some Dort love. Jared says, I like Chet points until I saw that they have a look-ahead spot against Wemby. That's an interesting look. Aiden isn't necessarily the worst defender, but Portland gives up, some of the most points in the paint you've ever seen in your life. So probably more SGA than Chet Holmgren tonight. But like that you looked ahead to the Wemby spot for sure, Jared. That's sharp. Shadow says also Shea got 30 points in like 20 minutes the last that game. I think I'm playing it's over 31.5 here. He's more likely to play a lot tonight. Cam says favorite player prop of the night for me. Chet over 17.5. Says he got 16 and 19 respectively in 20 minutes. If Portland has any pride, they won't let this one be as big of a blowout as the other games, and Chet will play more than 20 minutes. He's shooting 75% in both of those games, so we'll get some aggression. Okay. Okay. Estai says, if I'm playing, I'm laying. So he likes the Thunder here in this spot. What's up, AOD? Appreciate you for being here as always, my brother. All right, let's go to the last game on the board. So we got my Los Angeles Lakers playing against the little brother. We just, missing one of our big brothers, but LeBron James won't be in this game. But we do got the Lakers, getting 9.5 points as home dogs. Road dogs, even though the crypto.com will always belong to the Lakers. The Clippers don't have any jewelry or banners or, anything that says that they accomplished anything hanging in the rafters in this game. So it's a home game for the Lakers, in my opinion. But they are road dogs. So getting into the game, LeBron James being ruled out, you guys just saw me. It was about 2 weeks ago when Luka got ruled out. I immediately went and backed the Knicks in that game. And after that, I said, I'm not backing the Knicks anymore about 2 weeks ago. I think I might have said that before that. But this is, kind of similar spot. This line was 5.5 last night when LeBron James got ruled out about 7:30. And you see the line, move. It went to 8, it went to 9, it touched 10, and now it's back down to 9.5. From a desperation standpoint, I think that's how you got to kind of look at these games. The Clippers don't take, in my opinion, the Clippers don't take these teams without, superstar-like talent very, very serious, right? We see them, get behind against Brooklyn, although you could argue that was more, rust versus rest type situation because they did have 4 days off before. OKC, that doesn't count. Minnesota, that game counted. They did lose that game. But you see them play against Memphis and, struggle to really cover that spread until late in the game. Same thing against the Toronto game. They didn't cover that 11.5 point spread. So with the Clippers not having the best record because they're not motivated in these spots, we got to remember this team has been balling. I think they got the best record over the course of the last month and a half. They're 8-2. Straight up in those games and 7-3. So they have been covering numbers, but I don't think they cover, in these games where they just don't mean as much. Also, it is a revenge game for them, though. The Lakers did beat them 106-103. I just don't think it means that much when you don't have LeBron James over there. So from a side perspective, I would only be looking towards the Lakers, taking the points with the Lakers. I do think that they can be able to keep this game close. Just because I don't think the Clippers care. I do think the Clippers are a better team right now in current form, but I don't think they really care about this game. I can see the Lakers keeping it close. From a total perspective, I have no idea. Like, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those games where the Lakers kind of sit down and try to guard, and the Clippers are just, taking ill-advised shots because they don't care as much, and we don't see as much energy and effort from them, or if it's more of a shootout type of game, and you see a guy like Austin Reeves get a bunch of assists, D'Angelo Russell hit a bunch of threes, right? So I don't really know what to do with the total without LeBron James being there. I do want to tell you guys they are 4-0 to the over without LeBron in games so far this season. But I don't just look at trends and blindly, back it for that reason. So no idea what to do with the total. I think from a prop perspective, you definitely want to look at a guy like Austin Reeves to go over his assists, right? We know without LeBron being there, there's a lot more potential assists on the board for everyone. So I do kind of lean towards LeBron to go. I'm sorry. I do kind of lean towards Austin Reeves, who will get, big minutes in this game, playmaking wise, to go over his assist prop. I also think you can look at Anthony Davis over his assist prop as well. I can see Ty Lue kind of doubling Anthony Davis, especially when you don't have Zubac. And AD has been killing his assist line, right? I think it's 3.5, 4.5. So those would be my top looks in this game. Probably looking at, Anthony Davis assist line at 4.5 and his plus money, and Austin Reeves assist line at 5.5 and his juice minus 140. So the books are anticipating Austin Reeves to get assists in this spot. So those would be my top looks. I don't have an official play on that game. Probably won't even stay up and watch it if I'm being honest with you guys. Let's see what y'all on in this last game before we head over to Twitter. What we like it here? Let's see. Shadow says, do we trust Anthony Davis when he needs to deliver without Bron? Last game against Utah, he burned me bad. He wet the bed with like 15 on 5 of 20 or something like that. So this is what I tell you, Shadow. You're gonna make a lot more money with LeBron James, with Anthony Davis, if you bet the under on his points. Anthony Davis doesn't necessarily like to score the ball. Like he doesn't have that dog in him. Everybody wants Anthony Davis to go out there and get 30 and 20. That's just not him. To me, it's kind of symbolic of like, people telling LeBron James he needed to score the ball more when he's just naturally a facilitator, right? He's going to take his shots. Anthony Davis don't really like to go down there on that block and put that work in, man. He's a big, physical, strong guy, but he is a finesse to Anthony Davis' game. He's not trying to go down there and bang with Plumlee. He want to face up and shoot a jump shot, right? So you kind of, if you're going to bet Anthony Davis points, lie bet him. He comes out and looks aggressive early, maybe you play his points. If he comes out and have 30 in the first half, definitely take the under in the second half because he probably won't shoot the ball. I can never bet Anthony Davis points before the game, though. That's just my advice. McLean says he's on the Clippers -6 here, revenge spot for the Clips, but the Lakers seem to play them close. I think it might be a tough cover. Yeah, I think so as well. Tariq says LeBron is a good mentor and motivator on the sidelines, and I would agree with this as well. JT says he likes the under. He said he took the under 59.5 in the first quarter specifically. Thinks the game starts off a little slow. I can see that. I could definitely see that. JS Brown says definitely still a home game for the Lakers. Absolutely. It's up crypto.com, Staples Center, whatever you want to call it. The Clippers, got their little stadium being built up the street, man. They don't got nothing. They don't even own a locker room in there, man. Shadow says Reeves assists or D'Lo points. If I had to play it, I think I would go. I'd go D'Lo points just because he's been hot. I know the Clippers are a much better defense than Portland. Don't get it confused. The Lakers been playing against some cupcakes on the defensive end. The Clippers they do have the guys and the capability to really lock down on the defensive end. But I just don't think that they're going to be extremely motivated in this game. If you watch that game against Brooklyn the other day, I know it was an early start time, non-conference game, all that stuff that, make it not that important of a game. But the two things that the games have in common is the point spread. And you see those guards really come out and, kind of start beating the Clippers from three. Bridges, it was, Cam Thomas. It was all of those guys. So I think D'Lo, if he gets hot, if you like betting, that's what you want to bet on. Hold Up Dub says Mason Plumlee over 7.5 rebounds. He's averaging 12.4 rebounds against the Lakers when playing over 20 minutes. Ty Lue playing him over 20 minutes is the only thing that scares me. Who are they going to put out there, Hold Up, if they don't have Plumlee out there. I mean, who's the backup big now? It is who is it? I feel like it was on the tip of my tongue because you don't have Zubac. I'm not sure who that's going to be. Justin likes the Lakers +9, and he took the over 232. He says for 5 unit each. I think he meant half a unit each. And E10 says, "Do you think the Nuggets win?" I do think the Nuggets win. I don't know if they cover E10, but I do think that they win the game for sure. I think the Pacers got to figure it out. I do. Jared says all the guys in trade rumors been going crazy. Could be Rui's turn. It could be. It could be. I'm not sure what to do with Rui right now either. I think he needs to get into a little bit of a rhythm coming back from those injuries. Jay's Prop says he's taking Kawhi over 9.5 rebounds and assists. Daniel Tice, that's who it is. I couldn't think of his name for whatever reason. Yeah, it's going to be him or Daniel Tice if they want to spread the floor, which makes sense, right? You spread the floor, you get LeBron, you get Anthony Davis outside, where you got Daniel Tice posting up in the corner. That way Kawhi and PG can get to the rim. That makes a lot of sense. And I know, Coach Ty Lue is smarter than me, so I'm pretty sure he has this game plan, in his thought process for tonight, or part of the strategy. So I could see that. I could definitely see that. So let's get to the top looks real quick, and then we're gonna get the speakers up. Let's get Flow up. Let's get guys speed up. All right. So going back through the card real quick. First game on the board: Nuggets and Pacers. I took the under. It was at 239.5 when I gave it out. I still like it, but I wouldn't play it as much right now, or for as much right now. But under 239.5 is my top look in that game. Nets and Knicks, no play for me. I'll be watching that game live. I think it's super square, but square plays cash to take the Knicks. The Knicks should win the game. They should cover the 3.5. I need to see how they look without Hardenstein. Also, just not the Knicks spreads just kind of creep me out. They make the hair on my neck stand up. Jazz Pelicans, like the Pelicans early, didn't play it, but did play the under. 240 is what I got it at, and I still got to send this one out to the members. Jazz Pelicans under 240 for me. Smaller play, but I did play that. Blazers and Thunder, no play for me at all in this game. Lean Thunder early, maybe first half. They should be winning by double digits. I kind of feel like in the first half. The Blazers are not a real NBA team right now, in my opinion. We'll see how it goes, though. And then Lakers and Clippers. I do lean Lakers, but didn't play that game. It's a funky card today, man. I do not like this card. I think tomorrow we got like 8 or 9 games, though. So we'll probably have some more plays, and I'll dive into that card a little bit later tonight. So let's go to Twitter and see what you guys got. As I always ask, man, if y'all do enjoy the content, enjoy the show, do me one quick favor. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. It take less than 2 seconds, and I appreciate everybody for doing so. Jamie says, yeah, we stopped claiming AD a while ago. Man's had a Packer jersey on. No Chicago left. Oh, man, that's funny. Hold Up says, against the Nets, Ty Lue went small and Mason Plumlee only played 15 minutes. That makes a lot of sense, though, because the Nets typically play small, too. Says he had 8 rebounds in 15 minutes. You sound like you did your homework, Hold Up. Hey, play whatever it is that you trust, my brother. EQ says that's true. Anything we cash, square plays, sharp plays, pick your side. That's why I do my work first. I never go on social media before. I typically just don't go on social media in general, but I don't really get on social media to see what everybody else on until after I've made all my, my looks, because I don't want people's opinions to kind of sway me. I like to do, my own research first. So that's what we got today. Let's go, Flo. Talk to me, Flo. What's going on, my brother?
How we doing tonight?
I'm good, man. The Knicks play basketball, so the community trying to figure out how they can get paid.
Please don't take the Knicks, because every time y'all all take the Knicks, y'all lose the game.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I'll just get straight to it. I think the best spot on the board is kind of a big spot. Is Josh Hart's rebound. It's pretty crazy. No Hardenstein. You talked about the rebounding. I think he's going to see probably like 26 minutes. That last net game kind of exposed them a little bit. They're a bad team, but they've actually been playing really good. Played really good against the Lakers, really good against the Clippers before that fourth quarter. But I was reading up on it, and Ty Lue switched to a small lineup, and you saw Russell Westbrook going crazy. He grabbed like 9 rebounds. Small forwards in general, over the last 7 games, have been giving the Nets the blues. So his 6.5 is gone. I still would take the 7.5. Probably get that like plus 110, something like that. What I did is I took his base and I took it all the way up to 12 with that point spread glitch that was like plus 1,000 where I put it in. He had 13 rebounds last time he played the Nets. With no Hardenstein out there, I think you're going to see maybe lineups where like Randall's at the 5, and Hart's at the 4, maybe he's at the 3. I just think there's a game where it's like tailor-made. Like he's going to play like 26, 28, 29 minutes. Small forwards have been killing him on the glass. I've seen the odds have dropped on this one, but I still like it. My second favorite play is Brunson's assist at 7.5. Last 6 games, he's 4 of 6. One game he got hooked on 7, just didn't get it. Other game he got hooked on 7 because he was playing the Blazers and he only needed 26 minutes to get rid of them. 7 of the last 8 lead point guards have hit their line against the Nets. Nets are giving up a ton of assists to lead ball handlers. And he had 8 earlier against Brooklyn. I also think the fact that he's had 30-plus points in the last 4 games. Jacques Vaughn is a bad coach, but I would think that he would realize he had Jericho Sims on the floor where you could kind of blitz Brunson where he likes to drive and get the ball out of his hands. Like, I'm just banking on Jacques Vaughn not being an idiot, which is, good luck to me on that one. Maybe I'm like overrating this guy. But, yeah, I like his assist at 7.5. I like Dante DiVincenzo's threes, but the odds are kind of gone by now. But the one I really like also is Nick Claxton's double-double at minus 125. I'm just thinking back to those 3 games in December, I want to say, where Jericho Sims was starting, and it was just every center was just having their way. Like Nurkic had a big game, Zubac had a big game, Kelly Olynyk had a big game. It was just they couldn't grab boards, they couldn't stop anyone down low. Claxton had a nice little stretch here last couple of games, so I really like that double-double. But just to back it up and recap, my favorite is Josh Hart's rebounds. I think the man might have like 12 rebounds tonight. He might go stupid. After that, I like Brunson and Nick Claxton. Double-double is my third favorite from the game.
Nick Claxton double-double. Some rebounds from Josh Hart with Jericho Sims in there. I cannot talk you off, Flo. Hey, Flo be cashing these Knicks plays, man. He definitely knows Knicks basketball. Flo, you doing anything for the Laker game? You on D-Lo again, or what you doing? You staying off that game?
I thought about taking Paul George. If it goes well with this next game, I'm gonna throw some change on James Harden's assist. I'm gonna push back and disagree a little bit. Like, I think that the Clippers will care about this game. Like,
okay.
The last time they played y'all, they got like embarrassed. Like they had that whole streak where they always beat you guys. You guys came back.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers, I don't know, maybe because I was in those Lakers spaces and they were talking their trash after the game, but I don't know. I think they actually care about this game. Like I can see like the Clippers like putting a good effort. So it's either like Harden's assist or Paul George's threes. I got to see how Nick goes first up.
Okay. I like it. I like the pushback, bro. I like it. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. Hey, best of luck tonight, Flo. You got anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you so much, bro.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. So clean injury report for the Wolves against the Wizards tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the Wolves play the Wizards tomorrow in DC. And I just kind of thought about this. I don't know if y'all had a chance to listen to Anthony Edwards in the post-game interview. They're gonna beat the brakes off the Wizards tomorrow. Like it's gonna be really bad. First quarter, first half, team totals over, spread with Knicks Wizards team totals under. It's gonna be bad tomorrow. Just a heads up. I don't think those lines came out yet for the first quarter and first half, but yeah, they're gonna be locked in after losing this 15-point dogs. Just trying to get a ball to Cat every time, but it sounded like they had a team meeting. So y'all getting a little inside scoop there. We'll see when those numbers come out. But yeah, appreciate you, Flo. Let's go, Godspeed. Godspeed, what's up, my brother?
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Talk to me. How you?
I'm done. I came here and gave out 3 straights yesterday, man. All 3 of them missed, man. Yesterday was just bad. Bobby Portis didn't do shit. Nas Reed, I felt like the read was there, but they literally wanted to force the ball to Cat once they saw him going, and then Derek White, he didn't do anything either. So
y'all love Just Spots yesterday, guys. Yeah, I love Just Spots, bro.
I was like, slap in the face, but you know what I'm saying? New day, new money. So I'm gonna drop the straight, and I'm gonna drop my assist parlay. My OKC Thunder better today, as y'all know. I'm a Thunder fan, so I try to do this every day. Today I'm on SGA first quarter points. They at 9.5. First things first, SGA, he gonna play all 12 minutes in the first quarter. So he's over this. My bad, my son, I'm playing with the door stopper, but he's over this in 9 out of the last 10, with an average of 12.5, with an average of 11.3 first quarter points. The Portland Trail Blazers, they giving up the 5th most points to the point guard position. and he's covered this 2 times versus Portland with an average of 12.5 points. And I just like it. I like the spot for SGA, man. Like I said, the big thing is he's gonna play all 12 minutes in the first quarter. So I really like SGA to get 10 first quarter points. And then my assist parlay that I have is 3 legs. Flo kind of touched on Jalen Brunson. So I took Jalen Brunson at 6.5. I really his line is 7.5. I really like the 6.5, so that's why I took it at. Ever since the trade, his potential assists been through the roof. You really got no choice. Like he's really the only playmaker that they really have on the team. So I like Jalen Brunson in this rivalry game, Battle of New York. Typically, those games are usually good. A Battle of New York and a Battle of LA, both those games today. So I like Jalen Brunson. Brandon Ingram, I took him at 6 assists. I like the spot for Brandon Ingram, double digits in his last 2. The Jazz give up the most assists to point guards. Now, Brandon Ingram isn't the point guard, but he is their facilitator. And CJ McCollum, he plays a lot of spot up role too. Like he kind of do a little bit of both. But they really need CJ to continue to knock down shots because this Pelican teams, they so wishy-washy. Like right now, you got Trey Murphy who's kind of in a slump. You got Hulk, who's getting minutes now because he's knocking down shots. But other than those guys, they don't have no perimeter shooting. So CJ really helps his team win games. But when they knock down shots, they really look like a better team versus when they not hitting shots. So I like Ingram to continue to get his guys involved and be the guy down there in New Orleans. And then last but not least, I took James Harden at 8 assists. He's covered this in like 10 straight games. The Clippers been on the road. Lakers give up everything to point guards, so I just like them to continue to do what they've been doing. That's a plus 221, and then I also took the stepped up with Jalen Brunson. The easiest way to remember it is I'm gonna post it on my Twitter too. So the easiest way is a 6, 7, 8, Brunson 6. Ingram 6, Brunson 7, Harden 8, and then an 8, 9, 10 with Brunson with Ingram 8. Brunson 9, Harden 10. I'm posting it right now, so I can share it up top so y'all can see it if I confuse y'all, because I know that was just kind of rough. But yeah, that's all I got, Chris.
No. I heard you loud and clear, and I appreciate you. You can post it up top. That's all good. Appreciate you doing that, my brother. Hey, best of luck tonight. I like the SGA early spot, especially with them being on the first leg of a back-to-back. It makes sense to kind of smack these boys up tonight and get it out the way with. And like you say, he played the whole first quarter, so that's another good bet. Best of luck tonight, my brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely.
I just said that up top for y'all too. The both them a little assist parlay. I went a half and then 0.5 and 0.2.
Okay.
7 risks on that them parlays.
Okay, my God. Best of luck, Godspeed. We got a couple new people who requested up. I'm gonna let them speak real quick. Let's see what they on. Prezi, if you can hear me, I'm gonna give you this floor, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's good, bro?
What's up, man? How you?
I'm good, man. I'm just chilling, man. Got out working and shit. Now I'm just looking at some players right now and just smoking. I appreciate you running the show, man. Great show, man. For real.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. What you looking at for tonight?
For tonight, man, I was really just looking at Colin Sexton's threes. I don't know if y'all have seen his line right now. Hold on, let me check his line right now. But let me see. Let's see his line. I think his line was at 1.5, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me see real quick. Yeah, so it's at 1.5, and so they play the Pelicans today. And I was looking back at the history, and I see that this year when he played the Pelicans, he's hit 3 threes every single time he played them. So I like that look right there. I'm still like, I haven't placed a bet on it. I'm just looking at it right now, but that's what I'm looking at now, though, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. Colin Sexton over 1.5 threes. I'm looking at his record.
It's 115 right now.
Yeah, he been shooting them. He getting them up. Looks like he's shooting about four per game this week, a little over. I'm sorry, this month. And the Pelicans defense been really bad from the 3-point line. It's kind of uncharacteristic of them, but yeah, they have been giving it up. So I hope you cash it, my brother. You got anything else you looking at?
And then I was looking at D'Lo's 3-2, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I like him scoring tonight. He's in a great spot to be scoring, especially with LeBron out the lineup. That's what I'm looking at though, also. And yeah, bro, I really appreciate you bringing me up and let me talk, bro. For real, great show, Chris. For real, bro.
My God, man, appreciate you. Hope you cash whatever it is you play tonight, bro. Best of luck, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Let's go, Uncle Elroy. What's going on, Elroy? How you doing, bro?
Oh boy, I haven't been on here in a minute. It's nice to speak to you, bro.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely, man. What we looking at for tonight? What you liking?
I got a couple of leads, and excuse the water, but when Cam Johnson went crazy on Julius Randle after that fight.
Cam Johnson? Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Okay, yeah.
I think I'm leaning towards that kind of vibe. Yeah, you know, his shit lately, but he gets the shots. Like, he gets 10 shots every game. I think he's speaking about that tonight. And I also like what they said with Claxton. Definitely on the boards. He goes crazy on the boards. He has been the past couple of games. I'm on that. And I wanted to say something about Chet, too. I think Chet is going to go off tonight. Like, you have to play some type of basketball to get people's mind off Wemby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You're not worried about the look ahead spot tomorrow, all right? Like with him having the matchup versus Wemby tomorrow on national TV.
He wants to make a statement like Wemby can see that. Oh, he did that. Go do the Simone.
Oh, got you. Okay, so you think it's a kind of the build up? Okay.
Yeah, those are the only two leagues I want to get that out there because I remember nobody spoke about Cam Johnson yet. And I know that's on his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they're gonna need him, man. You pulled the diamond out of the rough if he actually balled because he been playing like ass. Like I watched that game against the Clippers the other day where he was struggling, to find his shot. He single digit points, 3 of his last 5 games, and even when he going over, just 10 and 13 in the last couple, and it's really just his 3-point shooting. Like he's really struggled. So being back home might be good for him.
Those attempts are really there. Every games that he has issue with that, it's still attempts there. Like people have been on something and there's no value, just like you always say.
Yeah, not for sure. Yeah, with that.
Out there for the spaces, and I appreciate what you do, bro. You've been doing this for the longest time. Please like this guy, post this guy. He's been doing everything. He's been doing this for so long, y'all. Just show love every time you see it.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that too, Elroy. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Cam Johnson could be the guy. We'll see how it goes, man. You got me thinking about Cam Johnson now. Just because, like you said, the value gonna be there for sure. Let's go redemption. Go ahead, Elroy. You got something else?
I'm good. I think you just get that off. I just want to let everybody know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. Redemption, what's going on, bro? How you?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good, man. What's going on with you? What you liking for today?
First of all, I just want to say appreciate you putting me on always.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. We all got to start somewhere, man. We all got to start. And speaking of starting somewhere, it's just like coming a moment, a full circle moment, man. Cap just requested up, and this was the guy who was hosting the spaces that I jumped into back in 2022, Christmas time. I'll never forget it. So yeah, we're gonna hear from Cap in a second, but yeah, hey, Cap started hosting these spaces, bro. One of the true goats in the space for sure. Redemption, go ahead though, man. Before we hear from Cap, what's up?
Sure. Shit, now I got pressure. That's
hey, I promise you, Cap ain't he ain't in here to put no pressure on you, bro.
I'm on Bridges today, Michael Bridges. I'm on his threes.
Okay.
Plus money. Basically, if you look at his game log the last few games, he just had a lot of value. He shot 10, 9, 8, 7. He's been covering. It's 2.5 at plus money, and the Knicks give up the most threes to his position. So I'm probably gonna play the 2.5 and the 4. That's it, though. Keep it light today.
Cam, yeah, hey, bro, and it's something funny to me about that Knicks game. That's why I couldn't jump on the Knicks minus the 3.5, minus the 4, and I feel like the spread a little. It's just a little interesting to me, man. It's so weird to me, bro, that I don't want to touch that game. Like we've been cashing with them team total under. Something just tell me the Nets gonna shock the world tonight, man. And I could be wrong. They've been playing a little bit better, but I don't know. They could blow the doors off of them. They win by 14 points on average, but we've seen crazier things happen. 15-point dog last night, go out and win.
I think it's probably gonna be a close one though.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be close? Okay.
Thanks for letting me on, though.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Hey, best of luck, man. So we got some Cam Johnson love, and then we got some Bridges love as well. What up, Cap? Talk to me, man. What you want for today?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. My dog. What up, Cap?
Good. How you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. What you liking for today, man? A little short card, so I know you got a chance to like really dive into it. What you come up with?
So the first one is my cash cow this year, but the second one, it's a little ugly. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
The ugly one's cash too, Cap. The ugly one's cash.
Yeah, you're right. So my first one is J Dub's assist. That's pretty much been my cash cow all year. I like it tonight. It's at 4.5. You could get 8 at plus 750, and you could get this double on DraftKings at plus 1,700. The reason, I've been monitoring this line all season. I probably hit his 8 assists at plus 1,000 twice, and like plus 800 maybe another time. But the only problem I have in this matchup right now, but that's a line you gotta monitor because it's an up and down line, so the books adjust. Like the game I bet him, and against the Clippers he had 7, then Utah he had 8. Against the Lakers he had 6, but last game he had 3. So that's a line that's gonna fluctuate from 4.5, 5.5, and it's gonna tell you whether you're gonna get value on that prop at all. So it's always like a buy low spot there. The only fear I got is that, bro, the Thunder is my team, so I'll tell you right now, we literally be watching the Blazers, and it's because their paint defense is so terrible,
so bad, bro.
And that's that's the Thunder bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Like
getting to the paint,
top 5 most drives per game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why we blow these dudes out every time. I think that's my only problem as far as the blowout potential.
Mm-hmm.
But here's why I did take it, because of the same reason. J-Dub's been featured in a lot more pick and roll action, and he's also the primary ball handler after SGA plays his first quarter minutes. Same thing in the fourth quarter as well. And when he's on the floor next to Kaysen, Isaiah Joe. Like, he's on the floor next to shooters. They put a bunch of shooters around him. And he's just been, he's literally added that part to his game. We've seen him drop 12 assists, 10 assists. Even when SGA's in the game, they've been trying to play him off ball just a little bit more, just to incorporate that. SGA has been playing off ball a little bit more. Not too worried about Josh Giddey. But like I said, the blowout potential is also a thing tonight. But I think I'm comfortable with taking it. Like I said, I took the 4.5. That's the baseline. That should cash easy, especially against this team. And I also think that I heard you guys talking about that look ahead spot, and teams tend to play down to their competition when they know what they got to face the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I think this game might stay close.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that look ahead spot.
It makes a lot of sense. Like, let's not exert all our energy tonight because we know we got the Spurs tomorrow.
Yeah, and the only thing is, you feel me, the Blazers is the Blazers.
That's a fact. Hey, if Styles make fights, then this one could get ugly, like you said, because Portland just really struggled. Like they struggle to stop, and I think like pretty symbolic of what you're saying is for the Lakers, it was the same thing. I was looking at the spread on Sunday and I'm like, bruh, I can't lay 11.5 points with the Lakers. And then the game started and we go up by 20. And I'm like, damn, that was easy. You know what I mean? But it's what you said. They give up the most points in the paint. They're like the Pacers almost. And that's with Aiden out there. That's without Aiden out there. They can't protect the rim, and that's what y'all gonna try to do. So that makes a lot of sense, bro. I'm gonna tell you on Jalen Williams. I'm also gonna parlay it with Simons to go under because I don't think he's gonna get his assists either at 4.5 because of the blowout potential. One, and then also they on the first leg of a back-to-back as well. He's going under in 7 of his last 9 games, I think it is, or 8 of his last 10. So I like both of those, bro.
And I think J-Dub's rotation minutes won't. I mean, like I said, blowouts, for him to not play the fourth quarter at all, I don't see that happening. But again, like, he plays the first 7 minutes of the first quarter, finishes. He comes back in to start the second quarter. Same thing's going to be with the fourth quarter. So I think maybe he'll play even if he gets the first half of the fourth quarter and it's a blowout, I still think we could easily cash there. Like I said, this is hitting the first half for me before, so I like it a lot. The ugly play, man, listen. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought about it way too much. I'm going to tell y'all what I was thinking, but I thought about it way too much to the point that I can't not bet it. I hate betting on fucking Scoot Henderson, bro. I hate it. But listen, here we go. Yeah. Bro, listen. This guy remembers how to play basketball in games that he takes personal. Chet's a rookie. Wemby's a rookie. I just always want to take this guy in games where he's playing someone in that. He's not even a rookie of the year race. Forget that guy. But he thinks he is, though. He thinks he is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, I just think Scoot gets up for these games. And again, Scoot is blowout proof. As of lately, the last couple games. Again, the Lakers blowout. He checked in with 4 minutes left after the blowout. It depends on how his first half goes and how long they play him in the third quarter. But even in the blowout, he should still get the minutes he get, which is about 25. So I took him in a parlay. It's Scoot 15 and Trey Murphy 15. The odds is plus 1,300.
Scoot 15 and Trey Murphy 15. Ooh, I like that. Cap. Okay.
I like Trey Murphy a lot tonight too. I actually like that part of the parlay.
More.
Yeah. Listen, the Scoot, like I said, the Scoot play is purely off of how I feel he gets up for these type of games. Sometimes you just got to go with that. The numbers might not match it. Man, throw the numbers out the window.
That's sometimes. A fact.
You got to throw the numbers out the window sometimes. And this is one of those plays. I'm probably going to be going off on Twitter with kind of game start 8. Probably 9:30, you'll see Scoot slander. Be prepared for that. I like that a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. And I would have kicked myself if I didn't bet it. But that's pretty much all I'm on tonight. I'm not too big of a fan of this slate for real.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Kat, while I got you up, Shadow in the YouTube comments, he says, ask Cap if he thinks SGA gets 30 tonight, please.
I would never bet against it. I could never tell you to say I wouldn't take an under there. I'd never take an under. But like I said, SGA is going to play the whole third quarter. So if it's a blowout, he comes back in with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So you probably wouldn't see him in the blowout besides the 3 quarters. But again, like I told you before, that paint defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
And we all know SGA is downhill all game.
All game long. He had 31, Shadow, just to this kind of correlates exactly what Cap is saying. He had 31 points in the last time they played, and that was the second leg of a back-to-back. They had to fly from Miami. He had 31 in 21 minutes. So I'm pretty sure he didn't even touch the.
It's real efficient. I literally watched them play the Lakers the other night. Bro, they can't stop the nosebleed, bro.
Yeah, it's bad.
Any type of dominant paint scoring team is going to put up numbers against them. They're going to get blown out. There's no paint defense. DeAndre Ayton's back, softest dude in the league.
Yep.
There's nothing to worry about. Like I said, I like it, but then again, 30 points in 20 minutes is I wouldn't bank on that happening again.
Right. Now I'm with you.
He had a super efficient night. You know what I'm saying?
73%. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, that was a super efficient night. And if he plays 21 minutes again, I'm not really
Dang, but I wouldn't tell you to take an under there. I'd tell you
Yeah,
that.
just
I've never been
stay off of it. Shadows was Cap saying he's not too confident with the over, not too confident with the under, and I'm right there with him. And it's like we kind of handicapping it together, Cap. So I'm right there with you. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, I would say not.
Cap, real quick, one more question while I got you up. Any value in that Laker game tonight? You think at all? Without Braun being there?
Actually, yeah. So I was looking at something. The Lakers game, the way I was approaching it was I didn't go too heavy on J-Dub, but I was just going to see how my night started. That's one of those games. Like, I just wanted to see, like, what type of volume I could put into that game because I don't like risking too much on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, you know what I want to say.
Brody.
Talk about. I'm not taking Russ. I don't like Russ's rotation minutes don't matter if he's in a revenge game or not. He just went off last game though, but I'll tell you one thing. I think like someone said it earlier, and I agreed 100%. They said like the Clippers take these matchups personal. Way more personal, I think, than the Lakers. Bron's not playing, so it's a little different, but I like Kawhi. I think Kawhi like silently does very well in these games. And without Bron playing, I don't even know how the Lakers stay in this game because nobody on that team could really guard. I mean, if you want to talk about Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura, but I think that game's going to be a blowout too.
I could definitely see it.
What you like in that game?
Nothing. I stay far away. It's for that reason.
Where it's like, bro, if I get a max or like I hit something crazy, I might like lay like a unit in that game or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not one of those games where I'm going like full out. Like, and it was like that from the jump. Like I looked at it right away. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Looked at it again. I'm like,
that first look always tell you like a lot for the most part, for sure. Yeah, I'm right there with you. And that I think to your point, Cap, just kind of like alluding on your point a little bit more about the Lakers not being able to guard. I'm right there with you. I was just telling my homeboy this, like the Lakers legit, like you get it twisted. The Lakers legit got like one good defender. His name is Anthony Davis, and everybody else just, not to say that Jared Vanderbilt can't play defense and Torian Prince can't play defense, but what the Lakers problem, like if anybody watched the Phoenix Suns play against the Indiana Pacers the other day, if you're like primary like 1 and 2 can't stay in front of the opposing 1 and 2, then it's just gonna put the backside like in so much trouble because Anthony Davis is always gonna have to step up, and then you're gonna see so many dunks and so many layups, and that's what happens with the Lakers. Like they really can't stay in front. Austin Reeves can't guard anybody. D'Angelo Russell can't guard anybody, and you're gonna need Austin Reeves in this game because you don't for his playmaking because you don't have Bron. So yeah, I would agree there. Like just kind of alluding on the Lakers defense to be pretty bad tonight, I think.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like in the matchups where Bron is playing, it forces Kawhi or PG it forces them to play both sides of the ball. So it kind of takes away from their offense, but it forces them, to exert energy on the defensive end. I think without Bron, I don't know. I think they pretty much coast. I think the Clippers pretty much coast in that one. And, it's the NBA, so never know. But
yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm not really rocking with that one. I missed what you had for the rest of the slate, though.
I ain't take nothing, Cap. Honestly, I ain't take no player props. I like Jokic. Like, I mean, it's just, kind of Jokic. I think like since the coach passed, I didn't even take Jokic, but I just think since that coach passed from Golden State, Coach Denny, like Mike Malone came out after the game and said that, he kind of used that game against Boston to honor his legacy. And to me, it kind of felt like even after that game when they played the Wizards, he did the same exact thing. And now he gets, even better defense that gives up more points in the paint and, short mid-range jump shots. And that's where he lives. So I think like his points plus rebounds is good. It's super square, but I think he's in a good spot. And then Anthony Simons, like I said, with outside of like just looking at the numbers, like now you got Brogdon being back in the starting rotation. I just don't see Anthony Simons. This was something I was looking at in the Laker game as well. I just don't see Anthony Simons getting 5 assists. Like, so I like the under on his assists, and then I played the under in 2 games. I played the under in the Pelicans game. I just think that they're gonna slow that pace down in that game, especially coming off that loss against Devin Booker. Like, he killed them boys the other day, and they've been at home rested. Willie Green kind of got into them. So I think that's gonna be a slow pace game. And then I played the under earlier in the Pacers game against Denver as well. So those are the only 2 plays that I played today. Yeah. Yeah, just those 2. Thinking that, Denver is one of those teams that controls pace. They play slow. They like, I think Indiana will struggle offensively, of course, just because, like, Denver is a really good defense as well. Their defense travels. I think they're like 9-4 to the under on the road when they got the starting lineup. So yeah, those was the only 2 plays. Like you said, it's an ugly slate, bro. So there was the only 2 plays that I locked in. But I'm gonna get there with Anthony Simons, and I'm gonna tell you on J-Dub too.
Yeah, I like what you said about Anthony Simons. One thing about that dude, I'll tell everybody right now, is he hates.
He does, bro.
If he can shoot the ball every time he touches it, he definitely would.
Yeah.
Without getting benched, he definitely would. I promise you.
Yeah.
But another thing, like you said, having Brogdon starting changes everything. I had a double against the Lakers at a crazy price, and he finished with 9 assists.
Brogdon?
Yeah.
Yeah. He the primary ball handler for sure. He it's crazy because he's so young, but he literally like an OG on the team. That team's so young, and I was listening to, like, I was watching their game. I can't remember who they was playing against over the weekend, and they had like one of those like little interviews where they talked about, like, his role on the team and like his whole career. So they talked about him at UVA, yada yada yada. And he was just talking about his role on his team and how much input he gets to like put into everything, and how he can, like, kind of lead Scoot in the right way, not be too hard on him. Same thing with like Anthony Simons. So yeah, I'm a big component of Brogdon. I hope he don't finish. I hope he don't stay there after the trade deadline. I hope he get up out of there for sure.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that game against the Lakers was his Lakers tryout.
Yeah, for sure. Why not? I would love to have him on my team. I like to.
Definitely think that was his Lakers tryout.
He can sit down and guard. He can shoot the 3. He get everybody involved. Like, yeah, I like him, bro.
Definitely do. But yeah, like, the slate has a lot of spots that'll like draw you in, but I think the most thing about this slate is avoidance. I tell people that all the time. It's just like this could be one of the ugliest slates of the year. Like, it has that type of potential. The spreads don't really, like, even the Knicks Nets game, like, I hate betting against the Knicks or betting any player props against the Knicks.
You and me both, bro. You and me both.
I literally hate it.
Yeah.
And then you never know with them because Vaughn is the next coach to get fired. So
yeah, bro. His minutes with what he be doing with Spencer Dinwiddie is gross, bro. It's gross. It is.
What I be watching with that team,
yeah, it's so good. You never know who's gonna be on that, in the lineup in the last 5. So yeah, I'm with you there, Kat.
Like I said, J-Dub is definitely my guy tonight.
J-Dub, yeah. I'm
listen, when it cash, bro, I'll never talk about Scoot Henderson. He got 30 days free, and it sucks.
30 days free.
If Trey Murphy ruins that parlay, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm really mad because there's no way I'm expecting Scoot to be the one to cash and Trey Murphy to ruin that parlay.
Right. Nah, they both in good spots, Cap. I like the part that you said about, just like the rookie angle, right? And like how they got embarrassed. I think Scoot, like prideful. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro, he is. Bro, is that or where he has to shoot the ball 40 times to get 30 points?
Yeah.
Like, it literally is one of those type of games, I think like he just gets up for certain games where he just takes personal.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's just but don't get me wrong, I talk all this shit about Scoot, but I do think this kid's gonna be pretty solid.
Not facts. Me too. He going through it. He going through it right now, Cap. Like,
but like I said, against Wemby, he had like 25 in both games. Like, he almost had a triple double against Wemby. It's just, you feel me? Like, those games, I just feel like he might I mean, even against OKC, he played 30-plus minutes in that blowout. And he had, I believe, 13. I mean, he was starting, but he went 4 for 21 that game, y'all, against the Thunder.
Oh, you can cap his volume, right, Cap?
Yeah, bro. I've been saying that for so long, man. It's like, if the volume there, I'll take it every day.
Every day of the week, bro, because you're going to
They
cash me
NBA
now.
players at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'll take the 15 shots every day of the week.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact. Okay.
We'll see what he get into tonight. Don't
Okay.
curse me out on Twitter. Shoot for it.
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully y'all don't lock him down too much today, Cap. We'll see how it goes, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, Cap. Always good talking to you, my brother. Best of luck tonight, man.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Godspeed. I see your hand up. What's going on?
Yo, I just want to ask Cap something. I know you had to subscribe on YouTube. Asked about SGA 30. Damn, he gone.
Yeah, Cap, gone.
Yeah, he gone. But I'm just gonna ask him. I know he a Thunder guy just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of talked about that when he touched on Kawhi Leonard. I kind of just looked at his because I vividly remember Kawhi Leonard frying the Lakers one of them games. He went for like 20 in the first quarter. He absolutely fried them. I was like, I wonder what his first quarter points look like. 6.5. But yeah, I see Cap back up there. So I wanted to ask Mike about SGA first quarter points. And 9.5.
Let me see if I can get him back up real quick. See if you got a minute. Let's see. Oh boy, good. All right, cool. Let's see. Yeah, Cap back up now. SGA first quarter points. He played the whole first quarter. Godspeed said, what you think about that?
I like that a lot. I mean, like I said, he might get 5 layups and then 5 possessions. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And like I said, it's the paint defense, man. The only thing that they might, I don't think they're gonna do it tonight because they're not smart enough. But you might see him get blitzed a little more tonight. Last game they started doing it toward the end of the second quarter. I was watching that game, but like I said, I think early on, especially first quarter, it's a pretty good look because I think they'll have to adjust to it afterwards. They don't care about winning games, though, so I don't know how that's going to work. But like I said, I'll take SGA, man. He's going to get his shots up regardless. I like that a lot. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's half for a reason as well. So you got your response there, guys. We appreciate you, Cap, for tapping back in real quick. It's a couple people I'm not going to be able to get to. I see people, a couple more requests, but we kind of over in time. But, we had to leave the floor open for Cap and, just have a conversation with Cap. When I first started this, Cap was, having these spaces at night. It was 1,500, 2,000 people in these joints. And I was just picking Cap brain, trying to make him, trying to understand how he looking at the game and, just asking him questions that would make him kind of, have to think. And that's where all this kind of started from, man. So shout out to Cap, shout out to Godspeed, shout out to Flow, Redemption, everybody else that, came up, requested, hit the like button for me, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. Best of luck, all your action tonight. I'm out. Let's see. So Trey, real quick to answer this, if you're still here, I do not use OddsJam arbitrage betting. I've done it before, but it's pretty time consuming. So I don't use it. It's a really great tool. You can make a lot of money doing arb betting if you know what you're doing. But yeah, I don't use it specifically myself. It's a bunch of work, right? You gotta, get those notifications. The lines move so quick. I couldn't talk you off of trying it out though, for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I answered this real quick. And that's where we on, man. Best of luck tonight.